So an interesting question came up online, and someone said, "What if the FGC was ran like pro wrestling?" And it was an interesting question because pro wrestling they really know how to promote their product. For matches, things that they already have pre-planned. They do wild promotion for promo packets. They have interactions between the people leading up to their big match and things like that. They have title belts and stuff on the line. And Poke Chop actually came on the show, and he actually brought up an idea, but he used the UFC as a way to describe it. So one thing we probably wouldn't have in matches, predetermined outcomes, like set up the match, but let the skill determine who wins. So how do you guys feel about that? Do you think having pro wrestling type style to the FGC would really be good with it? It would be great to have like promo packets and things like that, this high quality production and just storylines and stuff within the FGC. So starting with you, Devin, how do you feel about this, Mr. Game and Live?
I think something like that actually, again, like Poke Chop had mentioned, I do think that would really be good in terms of like the eyes and the visibility that it will put on the FGC. And I think for the most part, it will be positive visibility. Having some type of rivalry, maybe, or something like that, a lot of camaraderie and flash and stuff. I think that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, you said like no predetermined. Of course, that we couldn't. That it just wouldn't feel right having something like that with the fighting game community. You got to let the skill and the level of play speak for itself. But yeah, having some type of like kind of theatrics for it, I think that'd be dope. Some type of arena, some storylines, maybe just like now the storylines can be made up. Obviously, like you have somebody versus, I don't know, you take who could I pit together to fight each other? Daigo and Justin Wong. They've had a this kind of rivalry for such a long time for being two of like the greatest fighting game players of all time. Their whole bout in Street Fighter 4 in that era, the third strike thing, have some type of thing maybe centered around Evo Moment 37, where they have like this legendary rematch and Justin's like, man, I'm gonna get my revenge for you pairing my whole super and then put me out there on blast like that, man. I don't appreciate that, Daigo. Something like that. That'd be kind of cool. So I do think in terms of marketing, it could possibly be something that would put more light on the FGC in a good way, and be entertaining. It will be kind of, because I don't really think I've seen anything like that before when it comes to gaming, like some type of very theatrical, like story driven type thing, like promotion with video games that I can think of. And if we were to do that, I think the FGC will probably be the first one to implement that. So I think that'd be cool. Let me see the run back between Justin Wong and Daigo, some type of, Evo Moment 37. Have them somebody come on there with some crazy outfits and some crazy voice, man. You going down, Daigo? I'm going to take you down, man. You won't parry you this time, man. I got you, man. I'm going to whiff punish everything you throw out, man. They call me the whiff punish master, man. I travel to the tops of Mount Everest to learn from whiff punish master Wu. So you ain't gonna get nothing from me. So I
I
definitely
heard
think
Wolf
that
Punter
would
Master
be
Wu be teaching you how to throw them hands, bro.
yeah, man, with Punish Master Wu, man. So yeah, I think it would be something fun and something definitely just fresh and like a refreshing thing for like terms of like visibility on the FGC. So that's my take on that.
I think yeah, having like a pro wrestling kind of vibe to the FGC, I think that would be fantastic actually. I've always kind of sort of wanted it to go that direction in the first place. Um whenever I'm doing commentary for just for about any fighting game I've commentated for with Soul Calibur or Grand Blue or what have you, I like to commentate it like like I'm a pro wrestling commentator. In terms of commentary, I mean, I know there are a lot of really good commentators out there right now. Like Tasty Steve and what have you. But I think like the commentators that I always like think of when I think, all right, these are like the greatest commentary team of all time is from pro wrestling from WWE was Jerry the King Lawler and JR. You know, I always thought that they were always, to me, the best examples of what commentary is. So, you know, I kind of I don't know, aspire to be like that, you know. And I feel like the FGC could really benefit from having like a WWE kind of flair to it, especially, you know, the kind of stuff that goes on during like I think it's man is it Combo Breaker, you know?
Oh
Um
yeah.
yeah, that stuff. I think that is when I saw that they were I was like, wow, that is exactly like that is it right there. This is it, man. So I mean, if we could do that like as FGC wide, like the whole community, if we could do it just like that, I think it would be really cool to have like, you know, people coming out to the ring to like, you know, their theme songs and everything like that, coming down the ramp. You know, you go out and you high five, you know, you high five the fans in the stands and stuff, of course, and you know, to go sit down and then you wait there for the next person to come out, and you know, it's like that would be pretty sick. Like that's exactly, I think like all of them should be like that, you know, like we're running it like a WWE or like a pro AEW FGC event. Like all of them should be like that. I would really love that. You know, I think it would make things a lot more exciting. I think it would generate like a lot of hype for events, for certain matchups and stuff like that. Well, I mean that would be amazing. I think like, yeah, man, I would. Uh, I'm just, I'm getting a little bit tongue tied just thinking about it, man. Because I would really like to get involved with something like that, like really get involved, man. Because that would really, oh man, that sounds so
Man,
good to me. That
you're
sounds
like a
cool.
commentator for some wrestling stuff right now, man.
Yeah, right. Yo, I'll tell you, man. I'm trying to look the part, man. You know, figure, you know, you look the part. You know, you do better, man. You know, you start. You know, oh, coming to the stage right now, our boy from all the way from Atlanta. We got Mr. Gaming Lift.
I'll tell you, man.
Mercy.
It's
Like
MC amazing, man. We got a heck of a match today, folks.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be a killer. And then, of course, we got his opponent all the way, our man behind the camera, Rex on Max. Yo, let's get it on.
No, my luck, I run out and run slide under the stage like Titus O'Neil.
Oh man, yeah, dude, that's the kind of like stuff that I like to see, man. Like the kind of bombastic, gregarious, like out there kind of stuff that we could really use in the FGC, man. Like that. I mean, like that. I mean, the FGC is that kind of place, man. We need that, and I would really love it. I think that would be sick. So yeah, that's my take on it. Like let's do it. Let's do it. I pose it to all of you out there. Let's do it. I mean, they're already, like I said, they're already doing it at like Combo Breaker. So let's expand that.
Yeah, that would definitely take the FGC to another level, possibly, if it was done correctly. If you look back at pro wrestling back before the whole WWE, WWF era, it was just a bunch of territorial wrestling promotions that everybody had their own area, everybody respected their own area and stuff like that. But it was really nothing that was, you know, blowing up and things during that time. It was, I guess you could say, it was kind of niche. But when Vince McMahon came in and, you know, he started, you know, breaking rules, buying everybody, consuming territories and stuff like that, he really put the entertainment aspect on it. And that's what really like took it off, you know, cutting promos and all that other stuff. So, and that same concept can be applied to the FGC. You know, people like a show, you know, people like to have their fancies tickled. So, you know, entertainment, big, well done production and things like that. Evan on the mic, you know, let's get ready to rumble and all that other stuff. Like things like that, people like seeing, and you know, they'll get them into it, you know, and it'll get them in the door to want to come and look at your events and your tourneys and things like that. It would be dope if certain players had their own like, you know, kayfabe and things like that, to where like, you know, everybody was playing like a role or a character and things like that. You know, everybody was hyping up matches. You know, we doing pre and post fight interviews and things like that, and just getting people like really, really engaged into it. You know, instead of just like, you know, like, how does it feel that you're gonna be playing so and so today? Well, you know, I've been in the lab pressing buttons, and you know, I plan on pressing those same buttons when we fight today. So, you know, and it's just making sure that, you know, I can do it under pressure, and yeah. So, you know, it definitely be more of a spectacle and stuff like that. Because when people from the outside in look at the FGC, I know for me, it was really, really hard to get into it because the way people were talking and they were saying things, I'm like, man, like, this is like, it seems like it's going to be hard to get into because it's like so many like terms and phrases that I don't know what y'all talking about, you know. But, you know, if people just made it to like more of a promotion, I mean, more of a spectacle, more of like a show, then people can kind of get more into it and not be so intimidating. Like, you know, all I know is dude said he go wear you out when the match start. That's all I need to know. Like, what you go do about it, bro? You know, I hope your DP strong, you know, so.
That's a good point. I actually, now that you mentioned that, yeah, it would be great to have more of a spectacle in the game, you know, like for the FGC, for the actual matches. Because then if we have like a spectacle outside the matches, then you don't need comeback mechanics.
That man's salty. But but
I live in the salt mines.
But shout out to Salt Mine League. But yeah, so I think, you know, that would be really, really dope for the FGC and could really escalate us to the next level. You know, we can have Poke Chop teaching classes on how to cut promos. You know, he'd be the guy for it and stuff like that. So, but anybody have anything else they want to say about this?
Did I mention like we should get rid of comeback mechanics? I think I did. All right, just saying. I'm serious about that though, because if you don't, if everything around the game is flashy, right? If all of it's flashy, we have all these people, like, you know, people coming out doing all types of crazy stuff. You know, like, I'm back, better than ever. You know, coming down the ramp and stuff like that. You know, like, I mean. Like, you know what I mean? Like, then you don't need like all this extra stuff, because then all the stuff that happens afterwards, you're just like, oh, he lost. He gets up, he's like, oh yeah. He runs to the turnbuckle, gets up, and then all the lights are flashing because everybody's taking pictures all at the same time. Yo, man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm just saying we wouldn't need all that extra stuff if, you know, we spruced up the presentation a little bit. Just saying.
I know, bro. Just didn't hit us with the Eric Bischoff, man. But yeah. I mean, it would be dope to have somebody, and then so many talents in the FGC could really get, like, you know, known and recognition based off their talents and their personality and stuff like that. It'd be dope if we had somebody that can come out and hit the teddy. Hold on now, player. You know, and stop matches and force people into tag team street fighting game matches and stuff like that.
That would be so cool.
I'm trying to tell you, man, that'd be dope. Like, like Punk out there talking trash to somebody like, I'm the alpha and you guys aren't gonna whoop me and all this other stuff. And then next thing you know, the general manager of the tournament comes out. Hold on now, player, you're talking too much smack not to do nothing now. Now we gonna let y'all do y'all match at Evo, but tonight you're in a tag team match with so and so and so and so, and the Undertaker. You know, whoever the Undertaker is in the FGC. But bro, that'd be dope. You can't tell me like when you were growing up watching wrestling that you were so engrossed in that stuff. Like, oh, he gotta fight Kane or the Undertaker. You know, it was dope. So. That'd be fantastic for the FGC. You alive, Devin?
That'd be in a match and somebody, hey, partner, run to the stage, run to the ring and slide in, hop on the stick. Hey, man, I got you, man. Tag me in, man. Man. We need to get this going, man. I wouldn't be able to pay attention to the match because I'd probably be laughing the whole time and entertained. Like, I'm just like, what is going on? I see Yipes like descend from the roof, talking about, oh, let's go. Talking about where your curly mustache at or something. Like,